Today's story is about a man called Zacchaeus. Now, at this time, Jesus was coming into Jerusalem with his special friends, the disciples. It was Passover time, which was a time when God's people would remember how God had saved them out of Egypt. And so they shared this special meal to remember this time and to give thanks to God for saving them. Now, by this time, Jesus had done lots of things in the world, and there were lots of crowds of people that wanted to come and hear all about what Jesus had done, and they wanted to see him. And so there was crowds and crowds of people in Jerusalem, and people were bustling around and trying to get as close to Jesus as they could so they could hear all of the things he had to say. Now, there was a man in Jerusalem who was a tax collector. That means that he collected people's money, lots and lots of money. And he wasn't a very good man. Lots of the time, tax collectors were cheats, and they liked to cheat people out of money, take too much money from them. And this man, who was called Zacchaeus, was just like that. And so Zacchaeus had heard about Jesus, and he was quite interested. Here he is. Zacchaeus was a very little man. He couldn't really see very well above all of the people. But he was interested in who Jesus was. And so Zacchaeus had an idea. And what he did is he climbed up to the top of a tree, and he sat in the tree and he waited as he could see Jesus coming in. So he could see and he could hear the things that Jesus was saying. Now, as they got closer and closer to the tree, Jesus came right in the eye line of Zacchaeus. You could see him in the tree. And you know what Jesus did? He said, "Zacchaeus, come down from the tree and take me to your home for a meal." Oh my goodness. Do you know, Jesus' special friends and all of the crowd of people couldn't believe it. Why would Jesus want to have a meal with Zacchaeus? Zacchaeus was a man who showed a lot of broken love. He charged people far too much money for their taxes. He would take this amount and a bit more so that he had some for himself. So Zacchaeus was not very well liked. So all of the people were quite surprised that Jesus was going to share a special meal with him. But anyway, he did. So down from the tree, Zacchaeus came, and he went to his home, which would have been a very posh home with lots of things, lots of expensive things, and Zacchaeus and Jesus shared a meal together. And nobody knows what happened whilst they were in Zacchaeus' house sharing a meal. But what we do know is that once they had finished and they'd had time together, Zacchaeus and Jesus came back out, and Zacchaeus was a changed man. All of the broken love that was inside of Zacchaeus had gone, and Zacchaeus was full of love. And you know, Zacchaeus took all of the money that he had taken from other people and he paid it back to them. But he didn't just pay it back to them what he owed them, he paid them back 4 times the amount that he had taken from them. So Zacchaeus had changed. He had become a changed man, and he was now showing love, all because of the time that he spent with Jesus. So in the presence of Jesus, somebody with broken love began to show love again. Wow, that must have been God's superpower at work through Jesus, helping Zacchaeus to show love.